Hey martial arts family, welcome back to week 7. We are on B-Day, so this week is mock graduation. Next week is actual graduation. So if you missed it, I need you to go back and watch A-Day. A-Day, we go through everything you possibly need to know for graduation, go through it in detail, all the way through. And that way, it's like if you can keep up, you can do graduation. If you have already done that, and you're like good to go, I feel awesome, maybe you found a couple things but you fixed them, fantastic. Today, we're gonna have a little bit of fun. So we're gonna start by just warming up, stretching out, and then we're gonna get into all different kinds of awesome weapons. So let's start with some jumping jacks. So hands out and in and out and in and out and in. We're gonna do 10 seconds of jumping jacks. Just gotta get our body all warmed up. And we're gonna be doing some partner warm-ups today. So if you don't have a partner, that's totally okay. You can just use yourself, you can modify. But if you have one, it'll be extra fun, or maybe you can ask somebody that lives with you to help you out. Next up is our partner push-ups. So, Mr. Craig and I are just gonna face towards each other. If you wanna be on your knees, that's great. We're gonna go down, come up, we're gonna clap hands, and we'll clap hands, and so on and so forth. Let's try 10 of them. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Next up, partner crunches. So we're just going to hook our feet together. If you don't have a partner again, you can just hook your feet under the couch or modify however you need. We're going to go down. We're going to come back up. High five. 10 crunches. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew, very good. Hopefully your guys' blood pressure is, not your blood pressure, hopefully your heart's beating. I don't want your blood pressure going crazy. All right, next up we're gonna do reverse crunches with a little twist. So I'm gonna lay down. Mr. Craig's gonna be standing over me. Normally for our reverse crunches, I would point my toes, grab the backs of his ankles, and I'd swing them up like I'm trying to hit him. Today we're gonna do it a little different. Mr. Craig's gonna make a little platform with his hands. My job is to try and get that platform as high as I can get it. So I'm gonna roll up onto my shoulders and I'm gonna push up in the air. Like so, wherever I hit it to, he's gonna keep it there. And I have to keep trying, and keep trying, and keep trying. I'm gonna try it for 10 seconds or so to see the best I can, and then we'd switch. And then we'd switch, and then we'd switch. We're just gonna do it once today, but I would encourage you guys to do it a few different times. Ready? And go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. I was almost doing a headstand there. Hey, that's pretty good. That was, it's been a little bit. The last one we're gonna do is windshield wipers. That's gonna help us with our ab muscles, our core. So I'm gonna be holding on. Mr. Craig's gonna throw my legs one direction. I'm gonna do my best not to let him hit the ground. Swing him back up. And the same thing on the other side. That counts as one. We're gonna try 5. Let's go. Ready, go. Ooh, half. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5? 5. I feel like, do I need to do one more? Ugh, there we go. Whew. Excellent job. Hopefully you guys are warm too. Go ahead and have a seat. Open your feet up nice and wide. Toes up, knees straight. Try and catch your breath if you're breathing a little heavy. You're gonna breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and down. Just try and get to that spot, like, a little bit uncomfortable. We're just gonna try and relax there for a second. Trying to relax your muscles. If you can't go a tiny bit further, that's great, but then we want to try and relax our muscles again. Good, we're gonna go down to our toes, reaching with both hands, so it's not just this one, this other hand's reaching over the top and grabbing. We should be feeling that in the bottom of our leg as well as our sides. Let's go the other way. Hand reaches over and down. Good, now we're gonna go back down in the middle one more time. And down. Excellent. Let's put one foot in front and one foot in back for our S stretch. So I'm gonna keep my body up straight. I'm gonna turn towards that knee. I'm gonna melt down on top of it. And again, once you get there, if it's a little bit uncomfortable, that's totally okay. You can always back off a little bit. But if you wanna get to just where it's a little bit uncomfortable and you just wanna try and relax a little bit, try and ease your muscles, try not to keep them too tense. Just breathe and catch your breath. Let's go the other direction. Turn and down. Good. Excellent. And then we're going to be moving to our last stretch so that you guys can read my mind. Butterfly, both of you guys. Pull your feet back towards your body. And you flap your wings. Roll your head and neck around. Other way. Excellent. Take your nose all the way down to your toes. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. Excellent job. We're going to stand up nice and confident, loud, yes sir. We'll kind of go from there. Ready? And stand up.
Yes, sir.
Good. Excellent. Let me see Chimney stance. Hands, feet together, and bow. Today we're going to be starting off with our bow staff. So you have a bow staff, fantastic. Make sure you have plenty of room to practice it. Maybe outside might be best. If you're doing it inside, we just got to make sure that everything's as safe as possible. And maybe if we need to check with some other people and make sure that's okay, that would probably be a good idea. Your bow staff can be a regular bow staff, or if you need to ask permission or try something else, maybe there's a stick that's kind of sort of straight that you can work with. That's fantastic as well. We just want to make sure that it's nothing that's going to break anything else or is going to break us or going to hurt us or anything like that. So bow staff, we're going to start pretty easy and then we're going to work our way up. We're going to do a couple different variations of techniques. And so if you're new to bow staff, that'll work great. And if you're a professional bow staffer, then hopefully you'll get some cool kind of techniques as well to work on. We'll wrap it all up with a combination. So we're going to start by finding the balance point of our bow staff. So where does your bow staff balance at? Mine, it's kind of right about there-ish, okay? So you want to find out where your bow staff balances. From there, mine balances right about here. I want to move my hand below that, just a little bit, about a hand's distance below. So there's one hand, there's the second hand, okay? From here, we're going to do a hand roll. A hand roll looks very fancy, and it's a good transition between other moves. So that's why we're going to practice it. From here, we want our bow staff to go from flat to up and down. And my thumb is in the up position. So we're not upside down here. I'm in a thumbs up position. From here, I'm going to let go with my fingers, except for my index finger and my thumb. So I'm just barely hanging on right here. And we're going to use our thumb to allow the bow staff to go over our hand. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm here, and it comes over. Now I'm going to let go with my thumb, and my hand is going to roll and grab it. So all together, that's our hand roll, okay? So balance point is here, my hand's over to the side. I'm going to roll it up and over and grab. And I want you guys to continue to practice that. The first couple times you might drop it. But that's okay, I drop my bow staff all the time. It's no big deal. Fortunately, it's not going to break. You just pick it up and you try it again. So it comes over the back of your hand and grab it. Now once you're like, hey, I think I got it. Great job, Mr. Alex, I think I got it. Then you could try the other hand. Same deal. And as you go faster, it seems to get a little bit easier. But I would recommend you start it nice and slow and work your way up. But once you can do it both hands, then we can go backwards. So this is forwards, the one that we've been practicing. But now the middle point of my bow staff, let's watch the middle point. It's right kind of there-ish. If I start here and I do my hand roll, now my middle point is here and my hand's over here. So now we can go back the other way. So this time the pinky is facing up. I'm going to let go and your hand comes back around. So you should be able to go forwards and backwards. And as you get better, you can go faster and faster, and you can do it on other sides so that you can do it with both hands forwards and backwards. one last little tip, if you're awesome already at going forwards and backwards, is backwards has a cool throw to it. So I'm gonna find the middle of my bow staff. Let's do one forwards. Now we're gonna go backwards. Okay, so that means pinky's up, it's gonna go backwards. We're gonna grab it, then we're gonna take it, continue it, and we're gonna toss it up. When I toss it, it's gonna jump in the air, and I'm gonna grab it. So let me show you what the whole thing looks like. So we're gonna go forwards, then we're gonna go backwards, and then I'm gonna toss it up and catch it. All together, it looks like something like that. And if you get better and better, you can toss it in the air for longer, and you can toss it higher, and you can get more spins. That's probably not something you want to do inside. That's something to practice outside. Okay? So forwards, backwards. If you got both those, you can add in the throw. Mr. Craig's got some good stuff for us too.
All right, guys. So again, whether you have your bow staff, you have your broom handle, whatever you're working with, we want to go ahead and hold it in the center for this technique. So again, you have that balance point, place where I balanced all day. If you can do it on one finger, that's incredible. If you need to start with the back of your hand, it's a great way to start. Hold it right there. From here, we're gonna be working on a forwards roll and a handoff behind the back. So let me show you what that looks like once we get really good at it. One more time. So that's a lot. Let's start with the behind the back, then we'll talk forward roll. Behind the back is the easy part, all right? So, bow staff behind you. You're gonna go from thumb up to thumb down. Turn it upside down, bring it behind your back. You're gonna hand it off and bring it back up on the other side, right? I like to think of it like magic, right? It goes out of sight, something's happening back there, and it's on the other side. One more time, a little faster. See how fast you can hand it off. Oh, too fast. 2, 1, 2. Good, good. So from there, let me show you guys what's happening on the back side here, right? So it goes upside down, behind the back. I'm handing off thumb to thumb, and then I just bring it out on the other side. Thumb up, thumb down, behind the back, thumb down, thumb up. And the goal here is to get this hand off as quickly and smoothly as you can so we can speed it up. Now doing just this isn't terribly impressive, right? We want to add some spins into our handoff. Spin into the handoff. So looking at that, let's start back in that thumb up position we were in earlier. You're going to bring the bottom of your bow staff over your head. Now if you keep a tight grip on this, it can be very hard to get the bow staff to go over your head because it kind of hurts your wrist. When I first learned bow staff, I couldn't figure out how to get it over. Here's the secret. You have to open your hand, right? Now the bow staff can move even though it's pinched in that thumb. So open hand, pinch, bring the bottom over your head. It's just gonna rest on your shoulder like this. So I'm pinching, it's on my shoulder, it's behind my head, and my hand can just hold on to this nice and light. No strong grips needed. From here, I'm gonna bring the tip of the bow staff down. This part comes up. Bring it off the shoulder. You're gonna go back to your thumbs up, thumbs down, behind the back, bring it up. All right, let's try that one more time. So remember, open the hand, bring the bottom over your head. This is gonna be the hardest part to get to, but if you can get here, all we have to do is unwind it. From here, nice light grip, go forwards, thumb up, thumb down, behind the back, and then we can work it on the other side. Remember, bring the bottom over the head by opening your hand, and then we're set to practice the other side. Forwards roll, upside down, behind the back, and then essentially here we're doing a backwards roll by reversing it. Bring the bottom over the head. One more time. Forwards, behind the back, backwards, behind the head, forwards, behind the back, backwards, behind the head. So the key here will be able to get this grip to spin smoothly, and that's gonna take practice, practice, practice. So that's what you're doing right now. You're practicing, you're getting better, and with time, you'll be able to speed it up. But start slow and then speed up as you go.
Very good. Okay, so we're gonna take those two techniques and we're gonna smash them together. So we're gonna start with Mr. Craig's. Remember the bottom goes over your head, right here. Let me show you what it looks like. So we're gonna undo it. Then we're gonna come back into our hand roll and backwards and throw. So let's do it all together. I know that's a lot, but we'll go slow this time. So it goes over your head. We're gonna start doing Mr. Craig's technique. It's gonna unroll, up, behind your back, thumb to thumb, comes back up and completes over your head. From here, we're gonna go back the other direction. So unravels, thumb to thumb. Now from here, we're gonna bring it out, and instead of continuing to spin it, we're gonna bring it in front of your body. So let me show you that one more time. I'm here. It's gonna unroll in front of your body. Then we're gonna do our hand roll that we talked about. We're gonna go forwards, then we're gonna go backwards and toss. If you have the toss. If you don't, that's totally great. Okay? Let's try that again. So we're in the same starting position. The bottom is behind my head. It's gonna unroll, thumb to thumb, roll back up, unroll, thumb to thumb. It's gonna come in front of our body for our forwards hand roll, backwards hand roll, and throw. And then of course you can add whatever moves you want, make it look super cool, put an uppercut in, put a helicopter spin, all that kind of good stuff. Okay? So what I want you guys to do is practice, practice, practice. We'll get a little bit better every time. Let me see. Chumbi stance, hands, feet together, and bow.
All right, guys, find your nunchucks, dust them off. Don't have a pair of nunchucks? That's okay, me neither. I've got a t-shirt that I've just rolled up, and it's gonna work the same. You just need something flexible that can swing and move and strike. So from here, we're gonna start by holding one end of our chucks. We're gonna work some handoffs, okay? So we're gonna start with an overarm handoff. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna bring my chuck up over my arm. Now it's not gonna come directly over my shoulder because then it would hit me in the back. I'm gonna bring it more over my bicep area. And a great test here is you wanna be able to see the weapon behind your arm, right? If you have a mirror, that's fantastic. If you don't, that's okay. What you wanna be able to do is reach your weapon. So while it's here, this hand needs to be able to reach under and grab it. So over and grab. And if you can do that at the same time, that's fantastic. So as I'm swinging over, I'm reaching and I'm grabbing as simultaneously as possible. That's our overarm handoff. So I grab, I'm gonna let go with my top hand, my bottom hand takes it, and I can do the same thing on the other side. Over the arm, reach under, grab, and then do it again. Release the top, over, over, over. Yes, and the goal there is to speed it up and build that muscle memory so you don't have to look for it. Where's that nunchuck at? There it is. Over. Over. Very good. Let's add on another handoff. So this is over the shoulder. Next one's gonna be behind the back. So watch, I go over the shoulder. Boom. The bottom hand takes it, so go ahead and put it in that hand. You're gonna go behind the back. And it comes out on the other side. Let's go back the other way. So this hand swings behind and it comes out. Now this one isn't terribly hard, but the goal here is again to not miss and go, oh, where'd that nunchuck go, and have to find it. You want it to go directly to that hand every time. So a little bit of practice. 1, back out, back around. 2, 3, see if you can get 5 in a row. 4, without missing, oh no, I missed it. And 5. So handing off quickly. So this is a combination we're building here. We have over the shoulder, behind the back. Next up, it's in this hand, it's going around the neck. This is the fun one. It's gonna go across my body. So my right hand, this hand here, goes across all the way around my neck. Very common mistake I see is people go this way around the neck, right? We wanna go across the body. So bring your arm in front of you, like you're giving yourself a big hug. And then the goal here is to have enough speed that the nunchuck ends up on the other shoulder. If I go too slow, now it's just resting on my back. I have to go fast enough that it swings around. And look, now I can just grab it at my own time. Hand off, and it's in the other hand. Let's go the other way. In front, around, with enough speed that it swings around, I can grab it. One more time. Have this hand ready. That way you don't bonk yourself in the cheek. Hand ready, around, catch. All right, so we've got the shoulder, the back, and the neck. Let's put them together into a quick combination. Over the shoulder, behind the back, around the neck, and then I like to punch. Aya! Very nice. We'll build on that combination here in just a moment after Mr. Allen shows us another technique.
Nice. Okay, so we're gonna work on our 3-point strike. 3-point strike is actually a very simple technique, but it looks like you've been practicing nunchucks for a long time. So we're gonna start with nunchuck just in one hand, holding kind of sort of towards the top here. From here, we're gonna throw it over our shoulder. And just like Mr. Craig was talking about, we want it to be here, not on our back. We don't want to actually hit yourself. We want to put it over your arm. From here, we're going to bring it to our waist. It's going to look like we're hitting ourselves in a couple different points, but we're really not. I'm taking the tip of my nunchuck, I'm putting it on my waist, and then it just wraps around. I am not hitting myself with it, okay? So we've got it up here at our shoulder. It's going to come across like we're putting on our seatbelt. So it's going to come across. From here, we want to keep the tip of our nunchuck on our body, and we're going to slide it over. And one good way to practice that is you can just go back and forth and back and forth. As long as that nunchuck doesn't come off your body, it never hits you, it never whacks you, it doesn't hurt. You can go back and forth all day long, okay? So once we're here, then we're going to bring it back up to our shoulder, here. So it's going to go over, over, up. And a lot of times when you're first learning this, if this is a new one for you, it helps to say it in your head. Over, over, up. Over, over, up. And as you get better and better, you can go faster and faster. And I don't want you to go too fast too soon, but if you're a pro at it, you can go pretty quick. Another thing you can try, if you're a pro, is you can switch to the other hand. So it starts here, and then it goes over, over, up, over, over, up. And you can practice that as well. When you get really good, I only brought one pair of nunchucks with me, but if you get really good, you can use two, and you can do them at the same time. There's even some other tricks that we can talk about whenever you get that mastered. So that is our 3-point strike. Mr. Craig?
So let's start with the 3-point strike, right? It's at your shoulder. We strike across to the hip, 1. It goes across the other hip, 2. It comes back up. When you come up, this hand's ready to catch. From here, around the back, around the neck, and kia! Let's do it one more time. Starting with the 3-point strike. 1, 2, 3. We grab under the arm, behind the back, around the neck, and punch, kia! Very nice. So with time, you can speed that up. When I do this form at tournaments, I like to add some spins. So I spin, hand off, kia! So as you guys are getting better, you can add your own moves in, build off that combination, and really have fun using your nunchucks. Great job, guys. Let me see Chumbi, hands by your side, and bow. All right, guys, go ahead, grab some water, have a seat. Let's continue talking about confidence. Specifically, last time in class, we discussed how to build confidence in ourselves, right? Believing in ourselves, knowing that we can do something as long as we try, and then surrounding ourselves with encouraging people to help build that confidence. Now, while it's important to build your own confidence and you become a confident person, right, it's important to kind of spread that confidence around, right? You can help build other people's confidence, right? That's part of being a black belt. Part of being a leader is to build other people's confidence. So how do we do that? The same way that other people can help build your confidence, you can help build others, right? So tell people you can do it, right? I believe in you. If you see someone struggling, go help them with it, especially if it's something you're good at, right? You can go help them with that. Recognize when someone is sad, give compliments, right? We can help build confidence in others by kind of doing kind things for them, right? We tell them, hey, I like your hair. Hey, your jacket looks nice today. You did a great job in the basketball game today, right? Taking that extra minute to say something nice is gonna help build their confidence up, right? So just like you wanna surround yourself with positive people, you wanna be the positive people that your friends are surrounding themselves with. Giving high fives is a great way to do that too. So whoever you can today, maybe give them a quick knuckle bump, say good job, good to see you, all right? So not only become confident yourself, but spread that confidence around, become a leader, become a black belt, not only here at the karate school, but also at school, at home, and in your neighborhood, okay guys? All right, remember, be yourself, do your best. 1, 2, 3, confidence. Let's try, let me see, hands out. Be
yourself.
Do
your best.
1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
Awesome job, guys, let's go. For today's sparring drill, we're going to focus on blocking and countering. So blocking, maybe you've done some of that before. We've got our high block, our outside block, our inside block, and our down block, right? So it's important to block. But if we always block, at some point we will be overwhelmed. We won't be able to continue blocking forever, and they will get us. When we're thinking competitive sparring, right, point sparring, it's whoever gets the first point, right? Whoever touches the other person with a punch or a kick gets that point. So again, if you're always blocking, you're never getting your point. So our goal is to block and counter. So today we're going to cover a few blocks and counters, and then we're going to do a bit more of a free drill where we throw a strike, and your goal is to block and counter on reflex, because eventually you have to learn to do it without me telling you exactly how to block and counter. All right, so starting out today, Mr. Alex is going to throw a nice easy punch, right? When he punches, we're going to block and counter. We're going to do that by throwing a high block, changing our level, and throwing a counter to the body. Let's look at what that looks like. So Mr. Alex throws that punch, change my level, and cross, right? It's important when I'm high blocking that I change my level. If I just high block, it might still get me, right? So I want to change my level and strike at the same time. So again, 3 things: high block, level change, and counter. I'm also taking a little step forward to make sure I can reach it. So try that with me solo. Block, level change, strike. I'm going to say go. I want you guys to do those 3 moves quickly but correctly. Ready? 1. Kia. Good, Kia there. 2. Kia. 3. Kia. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's look at another one. Let's go for a kick this time. A kick. So let's say Mr. Alex throws a side kick. When he throws that side kick, whichever one you like, sir, we'll kind of work off that. Perfect, perfect. So which way do I want to go here? If I block, throw it one more time, down like this, and I move this way, one of the problems is his hands are here, right? So anytime we're blocking, just kind of a core principle, we always want to block and move away or behind the person, right? So we have openings, but they're facing away from us. They can't get us. So when he kicks with that leg, I'm going to block and I'm going to move away from that leg, right? Move behind him. And now we can counter to the back of the headgear there. One more time, Mr. I'll throw a nice little side kick. We're going to step out and strike. So I'm using my back hand to do a down block. I'm moving away and countering. Let's try that a few times as a team. So backhand down block, shooting in, and counter. Remember, 3 things happening simultaneously to get that point. On my count, let's try with the Kia. Ready? 1. Kia. Reset. 2. Kia. Last one, best one. Go. Kia. Very nice, very nice. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna throw 1, 2, 3 techniques, one at a time, at Mr. Alex. As I throw it, he's gonna do a blocking counter. Right now, he doesn't know what technique I'm gonna throw. He doesn't really know what counter he's gonna use, right? But he's gonna go on reflex. Mr. Alex has been practicing martial arts long enough that he knows how to block and counter without having to think about what block and counter do. And that's what we're all working towards right now, okay? So let's watch him do it, and then you're gonna be up next. I'm gonna be punching at you. You're gonna be blocking, you're gonna be countering. So watch him first, all right? Nice and slow. Kia! Kia!
I don't know if I'm allowed to catch. Kia!
Perfect. Whoa, those are some serious black belt moves. I want to see your black belt moves now. So I'm going to throw a punch or a kick. I'll go nice and slow so you have time to block and counter, block and counter, whatever your block and counter is going to be. Here we go. Hands up. You're ready, right? Block and counter. Next up, ready? Block and counter. Good, one more. Here comes a spinning kick. Block and counter. Very nice. So hopefully again on reflex, you see something coming at you, you block however comes natural to you, and you counter. And with practice, you'll find things that you very naturally do, and those will be your moves that you become good at, all right? So work on that. Maybe have mom or dad just reach for your head and very lightly, softly block and counter. Don't punch anyone in the stomach, right? We can go through those moves slowly and still get quality practice. Great job, guys. Chumbi stance. Hands by your side and bow.